Today I'm trying something a little different. Christopher Kimball's MilkStreet pizza crust recipe that's got yogurt in it to make it a little easier to stretch. So start out with about 2 cups of 00 flour in the bowl of my stand mixer. Added in a teaspoon of sugar, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and a teaspoon of yeast. To that, I'm adding 3/4 of a cup of water, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and 2 tablespoons of full-fat Greek yogurt, which I've heated all up to about 125 degrees to give the yeast a boost. And let that knead for about 10 minutes. So I put it in a warm place till it doubled, which for me took about 30 minutes in a warm oven. And I'm splitting that in half, and I'm going to put one half in the fridge and have it a few days later. And the other one I have balled up and am now covering it and putting it back in a warm place for another half an hour. So because I'd used warm, almost hot water for the liquid and put it in a pretty hot oven, the whole thing really rose. The first rise and the second rise are pretty fast, so total an hour. Here I'm stretching it out. And you can see how it actually doesn't bounce back very much. It's pretty easy to pull. And that's the idea with having the dairy in it. So I put it out to about 10 inches, and that makes a nice thin crust. And to that, I'm adding my pizza sauce, which is just strained, finely chopped, moody pulpa tomatoes with some olive oil and oregano, salt and pepper in it. So it's a nice dry tomato sauce. Adding that, and then I used some shredded cheese. And again, because I'm breaking rules today, I used cheese in a bag, and I've got some deli super thin sliced pepperoni here. So I'm putting that in my pizza oven on the New York pizza setting, which is about 575 degrees, and did that for about 11 minutes, and topping out with some grana padano, some Italian seasoning, and a little bit of parsley just to make it look nice. So that came out really nice. Look at the crust on that, nice and brown. It's really like a New York style pie, which is sort of crispy on the bottom, but it's got a bit of a layer of softness to it. Nice thin crust. You can see here what it looks like. It's got a bit of body to it, and you can see the crumb there. And again, nice and thin and crispy, and it was delicious. The yogurt makes it easier to stretch. So if you have a problem with that, this is not a bad idea. And it actually comes together really quickly if you use warm ingredients. So I hope you give it a try.